Yo, what's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans up, and we're live at 5. I think I'm about to steal that because I like 5 o'clock. Right, some of y'all might be getting off of work, leaving the office. Some of y'all might have just got home. I like going live around this time because that way we can talk about our Cowboys. We can keep things moving and do some other stuff, man, because it's still nice outside. Sun doesn't go down early, so you can go out for a walk. I'm going to go out, get some exercise, get some air. So Jay Tuck live at 5. I think I'm about to phrase that, man, because don't nobody steal that. Because a lot of people be going on live at 7 and 8 and all sorts today. I think 5 o'clock is going to be my time, man. So salute to everybody out there, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on YouTube, or whether you're on TikTok. Appreciate all the love, support, Instagram, what up as well. Hopefully all the mothers out there had an incredible Mother's Day yesterday. Salute to all the Cowboys mothers out there who are raising the generation of Cowboys fans, the next generation of Cowboys fans. You know, Mama Tuck, she raised me to be a Cowboys fan. I don't know nothing else. She didn't give me no other options, y'all. You know, Mama Tuck was a huge fan of Tony Dorsett, and she's a Dallas Cowboys fan. And then when I came in, it was the triplets, 90s, the good old days, right? I don't know. I didn't have no other options, you know, so she pretty much raised me to be a Cowboys fan. So salute to all the mothers across the world. Hope you all had a good one, relaxing day yesterday. I don't know, like, what do mothers want on Mother's Day? You know, you get flowers and stuff. Like, what's the motherly meal? You know, like for us, is it a steak or chicken on Father's Day? Basically, this is like a motherly meal that women must have, mothers must have. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But salute to all the mothers out there. You are definitely appreciated. A smart lady. Yeah, super smart lady. You know what I'm saying? She didn't give me no other options. It wasn't like, hey, you could be a Cowboys fan you know, it was just Dallas Cowboys is all I've ever known, right? And now look what it's led to, all right? So salute to all the mothers. So y'all know the vibes, man. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like, share the content, let everybody know Tuck is live at 5, has a ring to it. We're going to roll with that. That's mine. Don't let nobody else steal that, right? You see somebody else going at 5, like, yo, that's Tuck's time, bro. Chill out, all right? But first, before we start, man, I want to do some things before we really get geared up, talk about a few different things. I want to apologize to 2 individuals. All right. Now, I'm a person, if I kind of said something maybe publicly, even though I apologize behind the scenes, right, I want to apologize publicly where I addressed it at. All right. So the very first person I want to apologize to is TA Cowboys. She's a subscriber to the channel. I kind of fired off on her last Monday, whenever I went live and did that show, right? Now, I didn't know because the way the comments were already building up, like people were already thought I was talking about somebody else and I wasn't. So when I saw her saying, you a clown, this, and that, I was like, damn, why is she coming at me like that? Like, I've been nothing but nice to her. Why is she calling me a clown? Well, she was talking about, oh boy, you know what I'm saying? But she just didn't say her name. So I confused that she was calling me a clown and this and that, right? So I had y'all boot her up at the chat. So my apologies to her. That was not my intent. I read it wrong, you know, I guess. And this is what happens, right? Miscommunications when you don't put a name on things. I was like, why is she calling me a clown and this and that? And then I'm using this for clout. I'm just like, I've never been nothing but nice to her. So it was my apology. I apologized to her privately, well, on the comment section, but then I also want to make sure I apologize publicly. Secondly, I also want to apologize to my brother, BJ Nix. You guys know I've been rocking with Nix from the jump. You see what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't for Nix, man, and Star Gang and Mary and Spoonie, you know, when I first started, man, they welcomed me with open arms. So it's been nothing but love, you know. So salute to my brother Nix. But when I talked to him, I wasn't thinking, because, you know, sometimes when I just get in my flow, especially when I'm, you know, in my bag and I'm kind of pissed off, right, I just start flowing. Now, I'll say this. I never intended to even mention Nix. He was not even part of the conversation, the pre-show planning. It just happened that when Rome sent me the CC tweet, I had it bookmarked and saved on my other monitor, but then it refreshed. And then when I went to it, his name was actually there. And I found out the guy was actually referring to him, right? But I see how it could look a certain way, because when I was talking about the racism amongst some of us content creators, he was kind of mentioned, but Nick's isn't that. Nick's is far from that type of person, right? Nick's is married to a black woman. Nick's has black kids. You know what I'm saying? Don't mind me saying that, right? Nick's has been around my mama multiple times. Like, Nick's is borderline family. I was just saying, from a content perspective, as peers, we should address people different way. The other person, that was a small percentage. So I can see how it may have looked possibly to Nick's that I tossed him into that little cluster of the video, and that was not my intent. I was just saying, as peers, we should address peers in a certain manner with respect. So salute to Knicks and salute to TA Cowboys. I hope y'all accept my apologies. I talked to Knicks on the phone. It's all love, man, but I want to do that publicly. Like I said, if I offend someone publicly, then I'm going to apologize publicly if I'm wrong. Some of y'all ain't getting no apologies from me. Some of y'all ain't getting no apologies from me. So that just is what it is. Also, I want to talk about another thing quickly before we get to the Cowboy stuff. Salute to everyone on Instagram. You know, a few people reached out to me because I had some comments. I reposted a video, you know, and I'll say, when it comes to mental health, especially for men, I've kind of had a prehistoric caveman approach to it. Like, I was like, I don't need no help. I just got it. I'll figure it out on my own, right? Just typical prehistoric mindset when it comes to mental health. And I had a few people reach out to me, and I'll say this, I decided to start taking therapy, right? So I started taking therapy. Not bad, you know, not bad. It was kind of cool just to talk to someone a little bit. Now they're trying to prescribe your boy on some medicine. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to put me on medicine. They're trying to Kanye West your boy. And I don't know about all that. I ain't popping no pills, but you know, I went and seeked help from a therapist. Now, do I have struggles? I don't know. I think my thing is my brain just moves 1,000 miles per hour because I'm doing so much. I'm doing content. I run my own businesses. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. And so it's just constantly spinning to the point where my sleep frequencies is so off. Like, I get up at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, start working on content, maybe get up, take a nap, sleep. Like, I'm just all over the place. And so she's kind of helped give some ways to kind of just calm my brain down and get away from the hustle. I'm a hustler, man. Y'all know me. For y'all follow me closely, I know from when I'm up at 4 a.m., I stay on go, but also got to make sure that I take care of my health. So, you know, I want to encourage people, if you do need help, it's okay to go get help, right? It's okay to go get a second opinion, right? It doesn't make you weak. You know, I saw Dana White made some comments about men as unattractive. Man, fucking Dana White. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, bro. Like, all right. So it's go ahead. If you need help, go get help, right? Don't be too prideful. You know, sometimes, especially us men, we feel like, you know what, we got it. We can figure it out on our own. But sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, I need help, right? Or maybe I need to figure out things, or I just need a different perspective. Don't hesitate to go do that, because you never want to wait till it's too late. All right. So just want to put those two messages out there before we pivot over to the Cowboys, who is going to, if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you should definitely probably have a therapist, because they can make you batshit crazy sometimes. You know, I feel like when you buy Dallas Cowboys tickets, it should come with a therapy 30-minute session, because they're about to make you borderline batshit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jerry Jones is to fund it. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit he puts a lot of us through, you're probably to blame for some of it. You know what I'm saying? T-Jack, so call 988 for the crisis prevention lifeline. Yeah, so if you guys ever need help, reach out, talk to somebody, all right? Just get it out. Right? There's other options before you take an alternative. All right. Now, my dog Vada Fly. Welcome to New York City. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome to New York City. I guess week 1, we pulling up to New York. New York, big city of dreams, and everything in New York ain't always what it seems. You might get food if you come from out of town, but the Dallas Cowboys will be facing the New York Giants on Sunday night, of course. You know what I'm saying? On Sunday night, of course, the Dallas Cowboys will be facing off versus the New York Football Giants, because they need those views. All right. Now, I'll say this. It's going to be a fun season for us Cowboys fans. All right, we'll get to all that, right? I know people see the title. Tuck said the Dallas Cowboys are serious contenders. This is why the blip, 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 blip. Let me speak. All right. Yeah, we'll get to that here in a second, T-Jack. All right. But yeah, I feel like this Cowboys season, we're going to learn a lot about our team, which I'm excited for, right? So we're facing off versus the Dallas Cowboys are facing off versus the New York Football Giants week 1 on the road, Sunday Night Football. And I think it's going to be a test. You have to remember, week 2, we barely got up out of there. Week 2, we barely got up out of there, right? So I don't think this is a walk in the park like some people think it is, but I see it's kind of this trend, right? It's been Eagles, Giants, Giants, Eagles, opening up. But I think the Giants will be much improved this year. So it's going to be probably a much better game than we've had in the past. And then week 3, we going to Brazil to face the Ravens. Now, salute to Mama Tuck. Salute to my beautiful wife. Happy Mother's Day. But they've completely joined forces on some Dragon Ball Z Fusion dance shit and will not let me go to Brazil. I don't know. Like they are anti both of them. And y'all know, fellas, when your wife and your mama team up, that's like the CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens duo. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. It's a hard duo. Like, you're getting it twice. Like, my mama would call me during the day and complain about it. Then my wife would come home and complain about it. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? You can't stop that duo. So to my dog Lou takes. The mama-wife duo is undefeated. You see what I'm saying? And they have talked to me out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm watching Man on Fire on Netflix. Definitely check it out. We were watching it last night, and my wife's like, see, that's why I don't want you to go to Brazil. I'm like, God dang, dog, like, man, like, it's just a TV show. You know what I'm saying? She think I'm going to be hostage and all sorts. Like, bro, I'm literally going to just go to the game, go to the beach, go to my room. So they hated on the whole Brazil thing. So I'm not going to Brazil. I had to cancel my reservation. I had a 5-star resort, y'all, right on the beach, ocean view. I was going to be out there Wednesday through Sunday. Like, I was about to be living good out there in Brazil. Hate it. But it's okay, though. I'm going to make it back. I'm going to make it back one way or another. I'm going to Miami, Vegas. I might just do both. I might just fly to Miami for 3 days and then fly from Miami and go to Vegas because I'm going to make it back. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make it back one way or another. So I'm not going to Brazil, but the Dallas Cowboys facing off week 3 versus the Baltimore Ravens is a test. Now we'll get to see something because typically the Ravens have owned us. You know, I remember the easy money. I think that was Andy Dalton, the Andy Dalton game, right? And then we were at the game a few years ago where, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry just ran all over us at home. So to my guy, Mike Tagg, we had the Cowboys tailgate, and then Derrick Henry went out there and just took our lunch. Now, we still could have won that game, but Derrick Henry ran all over us, all right? I didn't think Lamar Jackson threw the ball over 10 times, all right? And that's when I realized we can't stop the run for nothing, all right? So typically the Ravens have owned us, but now we'll get to see early, was it Harbaugh that was earning us, or was it the Ravens? Like, what was the difference maker? All right, so we get to kind of see that. And then, if you haven't noticed already, week 11, Thanksgiving Day, the Birds are coming home to Dallas, right? To play against the Cowboys, the Eagles and Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. Now, me personally, this is where some Eagles fans got to get mad at me. Skip. Hey, Skip. Eagles on Thanksgiving. I mean, we went from Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day last year to the Eagles. I'm going to be late for that. The Cowboys versus Eagles thing just isn't as exciting as some want to make it be. I've seen us run through the Eagles just too many times at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the last time. You know what? since I've been a content creator and a season ticket holder, I'm no longer a season ticket holder, but I've never walked out of AT&T Stadium to an Eagles loss. That's wild. I've never walked out of AT&T Stadium after a loss to the Eagles. When's the last time the Cowboys have lost to the Eagles at home? Let's use AI. The last time he lost to the Eagles at home. I don't know. When's the last time, y'all? It's been a minute. Well, maybe. What was it? It says 2017 and 2024. So we did lose 2024, but that wasn't Dak, though. So that's probably why I wasn't there. All right, that wasn't Dak. All right, that must have been like Cooper Rush or some shit. Yeah, that's Cooper Rush. That shit don't count. That don't count. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I ain't putting that on. Say if we lose, it's my fault because I didn't get go. I'm not saying I ain't going as of now, but it's just don't. Yeah, that had to be no Dak. Yeah, hey, that wasn't no. You wasn't 34-6 and shit with Dak Prescott. That had to be in Cooper Rush. I don't even have to remember the game to remember that was definitely no Dakota Rain Prescott with 6 points versus Philly. So as long as I got Big Daddy Dak out there, I'm not walking out that stadium pressed about no Eagles loss. I didn't been there before. Seen that, did that. You know what I'm saying? So I might pass on that. My girl Sadiq says Tuck knows, and Mama Tuck and Wifey says no, he was not going. Them two said no wins. It wasn't just my mama and my wife. My brother joined forces. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was teaming up to not let me go to Brazil. I don't know what the hell it was. Carson Wentz beat us in Dallas. It's been a long time since Dak lost to the Eagles at home. I can't even. Someone said 2017, maybe. 2017? But 2017, we lost 37-9. Was that Dak? I think so. Yeah, Dak played all 2017. Trying to think, was that Zeke suspension or whatever? But yeah, it's been a minute since Dak has got cooked at home versus the Eagles. Yeah, so 2017 was probably Wentz. My brother was even hating. It was like a family intervention where everyone just huddled up and was anti-Tuck going to Brazil. You know what I'm saying? I even asked my brother to go. Y'all remember when he was in chat? I said, go with me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he froze out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I still want to go to Brazil. So the Dallas Cowboys, Giants week 1 as of right now, Ravens week 3 in Brazil. All right. And then we have Thanksgiving Day versus the Eagles. But here's what I want to say. All right. This is where, the outside noises might want to join in and start clipping me up and saying Tuck said. But this schedule is setting the Dallas Cowboys up for a lot, right? Because y'all remember last year, what did I keep saying? Like, what was Vegas? Was that week 7? Was Vegas week 7 last year? Something like that. I kept saying the schedule started off super light earlier on. And then on the back half, it got kind of aggressive, right? And of course, the Dallas Cowboys didn't do well on the back half. I mean, of course, we beat Philly because Dak owns Philly at home, and we beat the Chiefs. But after that, we bumped our head versus the Vikings. We bumped our head versus Detroit. We lost versus the Chargers, right? So we lost, to those kind of teams, all right, especially Detroit. But I feel like this year, and we'll talk about it on Thursday when the schedule drops, the way our schedule is going to be already just based off of the names and the teams that we play, y'all, there is not going to be this easy streak where we can get on a hot streak and kind of fake it till we make it. Right? I don't think that's going to be the case. Because you think about this, right? More than likely that second game, first home opener, you're thinking about, could it be the Cardinals? Maybe is Cardinals a home game? I'm trying to remember. Let me pull the schedule. Let me screen share it. Let's see here. Who out of the home game? You have the Jags. I think the Jags is a home game. Let's see here. Let me share this. All right. So, bada boom, bada bing. Let's share my screen. All right. All right. So, we got Washington, which I highly doubt they would put as Giants, Washington, then send us to Brazil. So you're looking at home opponents. They'll probably try to squeeze in the Cardinals week 2. San Francisco's too big of a game. So you were looking at either probably the Cardinals, Jags, or probably Titans. All right. So the Cardinals, even though it sounds like, hey, man, that's a game we can kind of just run through them. I mean, any Cowboys fan knows when it comes to the Cardinals, it's a little bit different for us. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who's quarterback. I could be playing quarterback for the Cardinals, and things could just go a little clunky. All right. The Jaguars would be a kind of a fun little noon game. Right, they're good, but it's not super marquee, but they have some names, Travis Hunter, right, T-Law, so they have some names. That would probably be a cute little noon game or a 3 o'clock game. Titans, I don't think they would give us the Titans week 2. Now, that would be a fun opener because I want to go and see Anthony Hill Jr., but if I had to gauge it, Cardinals, Jags, and Titans. All right, I don't think they're going to do San Fran yet. Right, they're not going to sandwich us and have us go Giants, Philly back to back, or Giants, Washington, and I highly doubt that they would put the Bucks in there because that's another game they can probably put in the back half of the season. So it'll probably be one of those 3. But if you think about it, right, going from New York, who I think is going to be much improved just naturally from the roster standpoint, coaching standpoint. Let's say it's the Jags, right? The Jags are a pretty good team. They're just not high profile. Right. And then we play the Ravens. We're going to find out a lot about this team early, y'all. We're going to find out, and we fly a lot. Yeah. We're going to find out a lot about this team early where I just don't see rare beauty where we could fake it. Yeah, Travis has the ACL injury. I'm not sure how long he's out because that was early in the season, was it, or midway through the season? So I'm not sure if he's going to be recovered, right? But there's no teams you can really fake it. You can probably get away from faking it versus the Titans, maybe the Cardinals, even though we struggle. Giants, you got to bring it. Commanders will be improved. You got to bring it. We know Philly. The Bucks will be in playoff contention. You got to bring it. San Fran are our foes, right? Green Bay will be a tough opponent. That'll probably be later in the season because they want Micah to return, right? Seattle, Super Bowl champs, LA, Houston, and then you get the Downs Brothers Bowl in Indy. There's not a lot of games, y'all, where we could fake the funk, right? Which I like. Well, I don't know. The Bucks got some talent, bro. And you know Baker Mayfield, he always going to sling that rock, right? And especially from a defensive standpoint, right? Christian Parker is going to get tested early. Now, I don't think Malik Neighbors will be fully back week 1, so you dodge a bullet there. But I think this defense will be tested early. I'll tell you this, right? We'll damn sure get to see. We'll damn sure know we can stop the run right here versus the Ravens. We'll damn sure know, right? If we can stop the run versus the Ravens. So looking at this schedule, y'all, just off the names alone, I don't think this is going to be a year where the Cowboys can be fake pretenders, right? It's going to be a year, because I know there's a thing on Instagram. We have the third hardest schedule. This is all based off of last year, right? Things can change. People get injured, right? All based off of last year. But I just don't see this being a case where the Dallas Cowboys could be fakers and just back their way into the playoffs. We will know who we really are, which I think is a good thing. Because let's say we kind of getting punched on a little bit. Well, that will cause Jerry to possibly open his wallet, open his trade capital, and make a move. Now, we can't use any first round picks because that's tied up right now, but we'll know. And y'all know me, I like that approach, right? I don't like Cowboys don't lose at home. We don't lose at home. We don't lose at home. Cowboys don't lose. And I was like, that's kind of, yes, PJ, that is it. If you can cut to that schedule, 10 wins, 11 wins, there shouldn't be no surprises in the playoffs. There shouldn't be no, we wasn't prepared. If you could go beat San Francisco, if you can go on the road and battle with Seattle, if you can go on the road and battle with the Rams, if you can go to the road and battle with Houston, if you can go on the road and battle with Philly and battle with Green Bay, and then go to Brazil and bang with the Baltimore Ravens, there shouldn't be no surprises playoff time. You shouldn't be able to run through those caliber of teams and then get to Detroit and be like, we wasn't ready. No, you should be ready for a Detroit. You should be ready for a Seattle. Now, of course, playoff intensity things go up a whole nother level, but it gives you the opportunity to build true confidence, right? I feel like the Dallas Cowboys, probably under the Mike McCarthy era, especially the year we lost to Green Bay, and I know a lot of people were, throwing stones at me for putting that out there, but I felt like we wasn't really contenders. We was pretenders. It looked pretty, but you think about outside that Detroit win that was on Jimmy Johnson Day, when luckily Campbell just went for it 3 times and was goofed up, right? There was a lot of things that season that I saw. It's kind of right? It didn't look the way it's supposed to look, right? But I think this year, if healthy, the Dallas Cowboys will get punched in the mouth and you build callus around it, right? So a 10-win season with that schedule is pretty much a 13-win season. Y'all see what I'm saying? Because you're getting punched on by some good opponents, right? And I feel like y'all know me if you follow my content. I know I'm kind of new on TikTok, but the one thing I've always felt about the Dallas Cowboys is, can you fight in your own weight class? I think that's where historically the Dallas Cowboys have looked kind of funny in the light, is they can't fight in their own weight class, right? We would punch on the Giants. We would punch on the Commanders. We would punch down on those types of teams. But when Denver was staring us in the face like, yo, bro, let's go. Like, I don't want to fight. I don't want no trouble. You know what I'm saying? When San Fran's like, yo, bro, do that to me, pick on somebody your own size, it's like, I don't want no trouble. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like the Cowboys this year, there's not a lot of opportunity to really punch down. You are now in a heavyweight bout versus a lot of opponents. And I think this is going to give Brian Schottenheimer, but also Christian Parker, but most importantly, these players, the opportunity to learn about themselves, which I think is a good thing. I think it's needed. This schedule is needed. You see what I'm saying? I stay on TikTok. Salute to my sis, Sadiq, on TikTok. Go follow her. So I think it's really needed, right? So I'm excited about that. So I think that this year, y'all, injury bearing, even with the roster. Now we'll talk about missing pieces here in a second. I think the Dallas Cowboys are destined to make a good improvement from last year. Naturally, I think the defense takes a step forward. Now, I know a lot of people, right, indifferent about Micah, this and that, right? But Micah is gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's not coming back. Well, he's not coming back anytime soon, right? He's gone. So we have to focus on what's in front of us. And like I said in my video the other day, though I was opposed to trading Micah, I still don't even like it. You know, so it doesn't make sense. I feel like we could have just did this shit when we had him. Would have probably helped a lot more versus giving him Linval Joseph and Jordan Phillips and Mozzie Smith, you know. But be that as it may, I feel like the Micah Parsons trade has forced the Dallas Cowboys to build this defense the right way, because we don't have someone that can just save everything or just make things look better than it really appears. You know, right? You got to think about it. Micah made Osa look all worlds. He got a contract, right? And then when we saw Osa by himself, it's kind of like, right? When Deron Bland has to cover for more than 3 to 4 seconds, it didn't look the same, right? So when you lose those, 125 people, only 45 likes. Hype me up, y'all. Hype me up. You know what I'm saying? It's Tuck Live at 5. We're going to start going live at 5 more often. I'll probably do this the rest of the week because it's just easier for me to go live. Same with y'all, TikTok. But we don't have that filter. And I think that we're building things the right way. We're building it from the inside out, right? Defensive tackles, right? Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, and then we're getting out to the edges, right? Then you have your, linebacker. So I'm still kind of concerned about linebacker, me personally, but we'll take a look at that as we go through the film. And then corners, and then also our safeties, right? But I feel like they're building this defense the right way. And the thing that I'm excited about is the thing that I felt like we lost, because y'all know I was a Dan Quinn guy, right? Right. So I was a Dan Quinn guy. I was a Mike McCarthy guy. You know what I'm saying? I was a Micah Parsons guy. So every offseason, y'all mad that I'm mad that we lose an ass. I was an Al Harris guy. You know what I'm saying? So luckily this offseason, we ain't lose nobody. So I'm cool. I'm Gucci. But I feel like this defense is going to get something that we miss from Dan Quinn. It's just that players coach, right? Someone you want to ride for, someone you want to play for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't even met Christian Parker, but shit, I probably want to come help Christian Parker, bro. If you need someone on the staff, I mean, you drafted 2 of my kids out of Kansas. I mean, CP. Oh, you brought them in as undrafted free agents, and you didn't draft them, but you brought them in, right? So I'm already doing the work, CP. But I feel like Christian Parker is going to be a guy that this defense will not only rally around, but they're going to have some identity. I feel like last year, exactly, Dro. Matt Eberflus couldn't motivate or move shit. It just felt flat. It just didn't feel that way, right? There was no swagger. I never saw the defense flying around and playing with some drip and we lost that, right? People forget during the Dan Quinn days, even though we were doing Team 40 burgers and all that stuff with CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper and, like that, the defense was the real heartbeat of the team, right? You had young Micah, you had D-Law, you had Jay Lou who had some moxie, you had J-Ron Curse, you had Donovan Hitman Wilson at the time, you had LVE, right? You went and got Malik Hooker, right? You had Trayvon Diggs picking shit out the air. You had Deron Bland picking shit out the air. Like, the defense was really the face of it, well, not the face of it, but they was really the backbone of that era, right? And then Dak just went out and just did what Dak does, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that much pressure. You know, I remember the conversation me and J-Ron, since J-Ron Curse, man, whole thing got married. Since J-Ron Curse, right? I was talking about, yeah, Dak smoked the Bucks out there in that playoff game. He was like, well, damn, bro, I guess he wasn't even there. And y'all remember, Tom Brady was driving that game, first drive, getting ready to do what Tom Brady does. Defense got that interception and turned the corner. So if we can get back to that where the defense kind of gives the backbone, I want the defense to be the attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about Seattle. Sam Darnold doesn't have to be a hero. I mean, they had Kenneth Walker. We'll talk about that position here in a second. But the defense is the one you're like, oh, shit. You know, like, oh, okay, that's Seattle defense, right? You know, when you play Seattle, that defense is going to be like that, right? Look at the Denver Broncos. When you play Denver, it's like, okay, they cool offensively, but their defense is like that. Even when you go to the Cardinals, they can have a backup quarterback because their defense and Budda Baker, and we got our own. It's kind of like that. Right. So I really want the defense to find their own tough, gritty. And I think we have guys that fits that, right? Rashawn Gary, he's not a pretty player where we're all going to be buying jerseys. Right. Malachi Lawrence, not a pretty player where he's going to be on commercials, right? Buying jerseys. Like, if you think about it, the only real player on our defense is going to have some type of commercial presence or star power from that standpoint will probably be DeMarvin Overshown. I highly doubt Caleb Downs is going to be doing a whole bunch of side missions. You know, he might do the random Cowboys things. Right. Hey, it's Caleb Downs. We want you to come to Dallas Cowboys and visit us for a game. He'll do all that fun stuff. But I think you're not going to see Caleb Downs. Oh, I just picked off a Pepsi commercial and a Nike commercial and a Wendy's commercial. You're not going to see Caleb Downs probably do a lot of that. Right. So I think the Dallas Cowboys defensively, they're going to find their own little nasty, gritty identity. And I posted a short on this, but I didn't dive too deep because I was going to say it today. I think that Caleb Downs was the best thing the Dallas Cowboys needed in a long, long time. Allow me to elaborate. Typically, when you think of defensive dogs, right? We'll say it every draft year. We want dogs. We want dogs. We need some dogs on defense, right? And we kind of toss that term around loosely, right? But we need some dogs. So when we think of dogs, we think of like fighting on the field or super aggression or rah-rah, right? People love George Pickens because we say GP is a dog, right? Because he does a lot of the type of stuff, right? But when it comes to Caleb Downs, he don't do a bunch of but he is a dog. He is a dog in every sense of the word. You see what I'm saying? He's not a big talker. He's not a big show you up guy. Look at me, look at me, look at me type of guy. But he is a guy that was going to go out there, not say much, and go out there and own on Sundays. I think that's what we needed on the defensive side of the ball. Now, I would like to have that alongside of what we already have, but he gone, right? But it's kind of like we get a Dak Prescott on our defense. Leadership, show up on time. Caleb Downs don't even have a real number yet. He already knows the playbook, right? NFL teams, NFL players across the league are already deer in headlights when you just mention the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be a guy that Christian Parker is going to trust, and he's going to come in early, even as a rookie, and have a voice in that locker room. Early. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? My name is Caleb Dowd. Hi, Malik Hooker. Nice to meet you. Hey, man, on that cover 3, I need you to drop a little bit deeper on that post. Yeah, because I saw last year, like you and Trayvon had a miscommunication when it came to cover 2 versus. So what you need to do is you need to widen out and get that half. See what I'm saying? Because we can't. He's not going to be a, he's a silent assassin. And the person I think about when it comes to that, if I go back to that Micah draft and we had this conversation, it's like Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain isn't super, right, loud. Because a lot of people, right, remember that draft. It was J.C. Horn versus Patrick Surtain. Everybody was saying, I want J.C. Horn because J.C. Horn's a dog, right? Because he's getting up, doing the man. Now, so J.C. Horn holds his own. But Patrick Surtain was a guy that silently and technically sound goes out there and does his job. Now, versus CeeDee Lamb's a little bit different in college, right? But he does his job. And then things just kind of tend to follow. I think this really going to be Caleb Downs. Now, early they're going to put him in the slot, right? But I had this argument the other day, and it's funny, right? Like some of my friends, they kind of get into it. So like what my friends will do, y'all, like they live in Dallas and then they're Cowboys fans. So they'll call me, get some insight, and then they'll take that to go debate people online or at work and shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, I'm saying, like, he's going to be playing in the slot. He ain't going to be playing free. And I'm like, bro, you don't even talk like that. You go talk. So what does it mean when he say he's going to be playing in the slot, right? Or he's going to be playing nickel? I'm like, all right, this is what it means, right? He's going to be closer to the line of scrimmage so he can impact things, right? Take away slants, get the underneath game, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, who's going to be playing in free? I'm like, you probably have Jalen Thompson, you probably have Malik Hooker, Christian Parker's going to run the 3-4, but it's going to be. So I'm loading my friends with the clip. And they'll go to work and be like, yeah, see, these stupid dudes at work was talking about and I told them, man, we're going to be in the 4-2s. Like, I'm like, all right, bro, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But Christian Parker and this defense in Caleb Downs, I think that we're going to see a new identity, right? We're going to see a new shift because you got to think about it, right? Even though I know Christian Parker said, hey, this isn't a Vic Fangio defense. Okay, I'll take that, right? I'll take that from you, CP. But you're going to have Vic Fangio type of principles. See what I'm saying? Like the same thing that Vic Fangio coaches, right? Physicality, toughness, running to the ball, right? You're not going to be completely removed from that. You're going to do it in your own roundabout way. So I think you're going to have guys like Malachi Lawrence. Everyone talks about Malachi Lawrence, right? Go back to the K-State play, right? Hustle, size, athleticism, motor. You guys go back to the draft content. Was the one thing we spoke about every draft pick defensively, motor. Jayshon Barham, motor, right? Caleb Downs, motor. Malachi Lawrence, motor, right? Devin Moore, like guys who do not stop. Guys who do not cheat the system, guys who don't take plays off. Now, I'm not saying we're going to have the all-rookie team come in and save us. Probably not. But we have some guys that universally, it's just in them to go. Even LT Overton, it's just in them to go. So I think it's going to be a national trend, or not a trend. It's going to be a locker room trend that goes through the defensive side of the ball. Season line is 8.5. I think I saw it at 9. If it's 8.5, take the over. Well, hold on, TikTok. I can't say it on TikTok. If it's 8.5, go up. Don't mute me, TikTok. Damn it. If it's 8.5, go up. If it's 9.5, tread lightly. Right? So up or down. I forgot TikTok. TikTok will ban me for a whole month. for saying it was saying, but up or down. If it's 8.5, up. 9.5, slow your brakes. The start of the test in training camp when they play the Rams, because they're going to show us what we got already. Because remember last when we were only seeing the camp, non-stopping run or not covering anyone. Yeah, I mean, and of course, right? We tried to it's just a scrimmage. And I remember we went live during that scrimmage. I was like, yeah. Now, of course, people were like, oh, well, Micah wasn't there and that, right? So that was the hope that, we just looked at bad defensively because Micah was there. Little did we know. See what I'm saying? But there's things that you can see in a defense. I don't care if it's preseason. I don't care if it's practice. I don't care if it's week 1. You can see things, right, that shows how's this team being coached. See what I'm saying? So that's going to be something that's going to be fun to see. Now, I'll probably be at camp because I really want to see things from my own perspective. I want to see things from my own perspective. I'm not trusting, not knocking anybody, right? But I just learned last year, the two last years I skipped in camp, we kind of got the wool pulled over my eyes. So I was like, you know what? I want to go see it for myself because you hear, oh, Sam Williams is having an unstoppable camp. And it's like, I'm not seeing that from my video perspective. It was, Miles Sanders. Y'all remember last year, Miles Sanders looks unstoppable at camp. I was like, unstoppable? And Miles Sanders in the same sentence? Well, I mean, geez. I mean, it's been a minute, but maybe so, right? Now, I want to go to camp where I can see it for myself. I'm like, nah, bro, because you know what's going to happen as we transition over to this next topic. Y'all already know. I guarantee y'all, once these Jadon Blue clips get super high motion, and you can't be stopped because you can't throw the running back and take them to the ground, you're going to get bombarded, Cowboys Nation, with Jadon Blue camp clips. Oh, it's going to be all day. It's going to be on all day, nonstop. It's going to be all day, nonstop. Jadon Blue clips on TikTok. Y'all going to get a whole highlight tape with Jadon Blue at camp because you can't be taken down to the ground. Super fast. Jadon Blue broke for a 48-yard touchdown. And people going to come in and chat and be like, yeah, y'all been sleeping on Blue. Like, you can't tackle him, bro. Right? So I want to be able to go see it for myself. Now, when it comes to RB2, salute to my brother, Boss Lou, everybody out there making incredible content, pushing through. Side thing, I had this chair for a minute. Y'all see me with this chair. I just realized this thing has a massage in the back of it. I don't even know how to turn it on. But I'm gonna damn sure fix it. I got a massage button on this chair, and I have a leg kick thing under here as well. It folds out. I can prop my legs up. I've been sleeping on this chair for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I didn't even know. Hey, I gotta turn this on. I can start getting massage while I sit here and watch film all damn night. I didn't know it was in this little pouch until I pulled open this little pouch. I'm like, what is this? Like, it's a remote with the massage? Oh. All right, back to it. What up, Jeff? But yeah, when it comes to RB2, me personally, I want a real one. I want a real one, y'all. And it's no knock to Jadon Blue. It's no knock to Phil Maffa. Y'all know I'm probably the sole rider of the Malik Davis fan bus. I got Malik Davis film. You know what I'm saying? All out there on my channel. All right. But I like Israel Benaconda film on my channel, CFO Sports for TikTok. Right. But I want a real one. And a lot of people will say when the pushback comes to that, give the young guys a chance. Right? Tuck, we don't need a running back. Give the young guys a chance. But here's my pushback to that, y'all. We could play that game with any position, right? We don't need more linebackers. Give the young guys a chance. We don't need more defensive ends. Give the young guys a chance. Why are we bringing in Adoree Jackson? Give the young guys a chance. We can play that game all day. Lee Commander, what's up? My dog says, Tuck, Vic Fangio's scheme or Brian Flores' scheme? Which one you like best? I'm more of a Brian Flores guy. You know, that's who I really wanted as a DC, but you know, this wasn't happening. I feel like Brian Flores' scheme has a little bit more confusion on the back end as well. Versus Fangio is more the front seven, you know, using, you know, gap and a half type of fronts and different things like that. But yeah, give the young guys a chance. Now, I want to tweak it. You can go get a James Conner or Trey Benson. I know a lot of people like, yo, Tuck, I wouldn't go get James Conner from the Cardinals. I would go get Trey Benson. Well, y'all know I'm not going to be mad if you go get Trey Benson. You can go watch Trey Benson's film on the channel right now. Y'all know Trey Benson's my guy, right? I was just trying to not be greedy and go for a younger guy. I was trying to just go for the older 30-year-old guy that has some, you know, traditional Cowboy stuff. I wasn't trying to be greedy for RB2. But if you go get Trey Benson, I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm probably going to be on the moon for it. But if you go get a Trey Benson, you go get a James Conner, you know, some people have mentioned Braylon Allen, who I also wanted. I've been trying to get this a running back for a long, long time. But if one of the young guys beats them out, then so be it. What is wrong about getting better talent in-house and letting it all sort itself out? I think people kind of get weird about it at certain positions because I think some of y'all might have fandom. So you really want Jaden Blue to win, right? You really want Jaden Blue to win. So you want to kind of protect. No, don't go get Alvin Kamara. Give Jaden Blue a chance. No, don't go get, all right, Chuck, you don't need Keaton Mitchell. Give Jaden Blue a chance, right? Like, no, you go get who's available. And if they're talented, you bring them in. And if Jaden Blue keeps skipping dinner with Brian Schottenheimer, then Jaden Blue going to have to hold that tablet again. You're going to have to stand on the sideline with your Louis V cleats on. I'm not doing no favors, bro. Brian Schottenheimer, though I used to think he had a small window. I think he has a large window now because they're giving him way too much freedom to be a 3-year guy, 4-year guy. Right. So I think Brian Schottenheimer is going to be here for a while because they're giving him a lot. They let him fully redecorate this shit. Mike McCarthy didn't even get the type of pull that Brian Schottenheimer is getting, which is crazy. But why protect these guys? Now, let's say we do not bring in a running back and we have to deal with what we have. I know people might be mad at me, but I'm a Mafia maniac then. If you tell me, Tuck, we're not going to go get no outside help, and what we have is what we have, right, outside of Malik Davis, but I still would probably, if I had to pull for a guy to win the RB2 job, it will be Phil Mafia. Because he's the one I trust, right? But not only is he the one I trust, he fits what our head coach wants. Y'all heard Shotty step to the podium. I like big backs. Put in the chat, right? Shotty said, I like big backs. But still, Cowboys Nation is trying to force the small gidgety gadgety running back to be his RB2 that can't block or even make dinner reservations when your head coach is in town. But they saw a little burst versus the Giants and a little put his head in a circle. Now everyone's like, that's it. That's the guy. No. Exactly, Mike. This is it. Jaden needs to show me something other than his excuses to make it a believer. And the fact is, he was 5th round, right? If he was a 5th round pick last year, and your head coach is in your college town where you are at, and he hits you up to go out for dinner, and you don't respond, and your head coach has to step to the podium and say, I guess he had other plans or other more important things. That's not a guy that I'm pulling for. No. Now, the fact is, you already had these red marks coming out of college. You already been questioned about your work ethic coming out of college. You already been questioned about your ball security coming out of college. You can get some carries in the NFL level. You get hit and the sonic rings come out of you drop the ball. You know, probably my old people who had a Sega Genesis, right? Y'all remember when Sonic used to step on the spikes and he just drop all the money? That's how Jaden Blue looks when he gets met in the hole and he gets hit. He just drops the ball and all the money just falls out. I can't trust you, bro. You have a lot of ground to gain. I don't care about that 4.3 combine. Honestly, I really don't. Because I can go get you another guy that can hit a 4.3 like that. But can you even get into the open field and make it happen? It remains to be unseen. Remember, he was not even a starter at Texas. He was a rotational third back that had some injuries happen, and that's why he got his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Said Blue has nice shoes. That's about it. Now, Louis Vuitton cleats, I'm sure they was expensive, but that shows what your focus is on, bro. That shows your focus on. Get the playbook down first, then get your cleats. Learn pass protection first, then get your cleats, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, level up to that. You know what I'm saying? Got Louis Vuitton cleats. So I root for Malik Davis, always root for the underdog. I love Malik Davis. I'm a huge Malik Davis fan, right? But I think that Maffa has another level to him that Malik might not have, right? Malik is a damn good player, and I love his story. And here's the thing I hate about Malik, right? Well, not about him. I hate that his story just got tossed to the wayside last year. Let me fix my little hold on, TikTok. Let me fix my little puzzle piece. I hate that Malik Davis's story just got tossed to the wayside. Here was a guy that was out of football, got called up. Yo, we need a camp body. Come as a camp body, and you grinded your way all the way to RB2. To beat out the 5th round pick Texas guy who ran a 4.3. Right? Malik Davis deserves a lot of credit. Malik Davis will always have my respect, bro, because he stayed ready. And for all the guys who watch my channel and watch my content, right, who's pushing for the NFL dream, Malik Davis is a testament to always stay ready and never give up. Out the league, but he was ready. And when he got his opportunity, let me ask y'all, chat. Y'all think Malik Davis gave a damn about some Louis Vuitton cleats? Y'all think Malik gave a damn about cleats? His focus wasn't no damn cleats. He probably went out there in church shoes. He's trying to eat. He was hungry. You see what I'm saying? he was hungry. Said, yeah, Malik got cut for Quinn and came back on contract. Facts. Facts, my dog Lou. You know what I'm saying? He was hungry. He was worried about football. I was just out the league, bro. I got this taken away from me. I'm not trying to have Gucci cleats on right now, bro. You see what I'm saying? So you have to commend Malik Davis, but you also have to give credit to Brian Schottenheimer. Shotty, I gotta give you credit for that one. That was big cojones, because I know you was getting pushback about that one. I know you was getting some pushback. You ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? I'm KC, you KC, Blue Valley, you know what I'm saying? Right around the corner from me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to tell me much, Shotty, but I know you was getting pushback for that one. That their 5th round speedster out of UT, and you brought in a guy off the street and gave him RB2? I know you got some pushback. All right, you ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Malik Davis and also Brian Schottenheimer for doing that. So if you tell me I have to work with what I got, I'm pulling for Malik, I'm pulling for Mafa. I would love, because I know Izzy Abanikanda is kind of like our draft darling, right? But he has a long shot, right? Because he's an outsider as well. But Malik and Mafa are the guys I'll be pulling for, but I really want us to go get a real RB2. I know Lou probably agrees with me. I know many others, a real one. I live in Kansas City. Bro, do you know what? I still don't know. I still don't know what the hell the Chiefs are doing with their running back room or whatever it is. They are loading that shit. They went and got Kenneth Walker. Then they went and got Washington. Then as a UDFA, they got my guy Terrion Stewart out of V-Tech. Like, they are loading up on running backs. See, Blue reminds me of underwear Joseph Randall. Man, funny story, man. So I played football with Joseph Randall's brother. He played safety with me in college, right? So I'm from the same city where Joseph Randall's from. You know, his dad was a big pastor in the city. So they're all preachers' kids, right? So when Joseph Randall made it to the Cowboys, that was just like big for my city, Oklahoma State. So I had this big photo. He pulled up one time, did like an event at home, this big photo of Joseph Randall, autograph, you know what I'm saying, 21, because he had 21 right before Zeke had it. Yeah, he had 21, right? 21. It was just like the biggest thing since Barry Sanders that Joseph Randall from Wichita, Kansas was going to be the starting running back for the Dallas Cowboys. So I was on Facebook hyping bro up. You know what I'm saying? We were Facebook friends. I knew his family. I'm hyping bro up, ready to go. And he had a few games. Y'all remember that one game where Joseph Randall, he got pulled because Jason, he was doing like this diving over the pile shit, and he kept doing it. And Jason Garrett told him stop doing it, and he did it again and got another touchdown. And then Jason Garrett ended up benching him. You see what I'm saying? But like Joseph Randall was supposed to be everyone's ticket out. And I don't know if he's still in there, but you know, it's just unfortunate, right, that the kid really pissed away his golden opportunity because he literally had 21 and was a starting running back for the Dallas Cowboys the year before Zeke, and you just poo-pooed it away over just hood stuff. Now, his brother, there was Larry, Joe, damn, what's the middle one? John Randall. That's the one I played against. John Randall was the most talented football player I've ever probably seen personally in my life. He went to the University of Kansas, right? So if you go look him up, John Randall, University of Kansas, he played for Wichita Heights. He was a kick returner. He broke all sorts of records at the University of Kansas as a running back and kick returner. Did the same thing, just being hood for no reason. He was in there fighting, all sorts of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's unfortunate when you see people throw away their talent. I think John has 2 boys coming out too. I think they got highly recruited. So there's more of them, but the Randall's family was big. Larry, who I played with, he was like the one that was no, not that John Randall. John Randall is a running back, played for Kansas. I don't think he ever made it to the league. Says Tuck, we can't trust a guy spend his whole signing bonus on cleats, hard-headed and all that flash for blue. And there are some Cowboys fans, bro, that does not want to hear you say that because they want Madden. Now, on Madden, I played with Jaden Blue because I need to get on the outside perimeter, and he had the speed, right? So I would play with Jaden Blue, you know what I'm saying, at running back. I even put Kevontae Turpin at running back. That's a whole different conversation, right? But for Madden, oh, yeah, Jaden Blue is RB2 by far. But in real life, no, I can't trust it. We got Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, right? Arvell Reese, Thibodeau as well. I'm not leaving Jaden Blue in there to pass pro for Dak Prescott on 3rd down. No, sir. What Rick Ross say? No, sir. Not me. No, sir. Not me. Bro, if I see Jaden Blue back there in pass pro, I'm sending the house. I am sending the house. Everybody go. No, sir. Not me. So you could and not take the closest threat. And then all of a sudden, Arvell Reese is in a Dak Prescott. I'm cool. I'm cool. No, I'm cool. I need somebody who's fully locked in as of right now. Right? I want a vet. Because you think about it last year, y'all, Brian Schottenheimer did really have plans to run this duo of Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders just got hurt. Now he screwed us versus Philly week 1. You know what I'm saying? He dropped the money too. You know what I'm saying? He got the Sonic rings. But he really had this idea of Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. Now, here's a curveball. I've been playing MLB The Show. Y'all watch me on Instagram. My Yankees went crazy. I beat a dude online 22-4. We was taking that boy over the fence. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Judge I was cracking everything over the fence. Shout out to him for not quitting. Salute to that young man or whoever, old man, whoever it was that I beat 22-4 on MLB The Show yesterday. He didn't quit. All 9 innings, he was just getting cracked. He was subbing in different pitchers. He went to his whole bullpen, and we was cracking that boy over, going through the whole lineup, right? Crazy. But I'll say this. It's like, I really think that they want to go with 2 veteran guys. I really do. Just haven't found it yet. I would be shocked if we go into camp or into the season, week 1 versus the Giants, and we don't bring in another veteran running back. I'll be shocked. I really think it's going to happen. Blue will just step aside and let everybody feast on Dak. Yeah, bro, I'm not. No. We can. Here's how I'm playing Jaden Blue. If I'm Brian Schottenheimer, I'm Clayton Adams. Every time I think about, I might put CeeDee Lamb in the backfield and run this. That's a Jaden Blue play, right? So anytime something Clayton Adams or Brian Schottenheimer that gets in your mind, like, yo, I should put CeeDee Lamb in the backfield and let him run. But that's a Jaden Blue play, right? Or if you get this little light bulb that goes off, like, yo, maybe I should get in the 12 personnel and put Cavante Turpin in the back and run him off. That's a Jaden Blue play. Give Jaden Blue them plays. The CeeDee Lamb plays, the Cavante Turpin jet sweeps, the little tunnel screen. Give him those. But the real shit, sorry, TikTok, no, sir. No, sir. Now, Coyote, I've been trying for years. We paid him last year. I would lean on Hunter Lipke more. It's crazy when I mention all these players, I still got their film sessions on the channel. But Hunter Lipke was a Swiss Army knife in college. Lean on Hunter Lipke more, bro. Hunter Lipke was rolling that Dolphins game until you had to exchange. Right? It was a missed exchange between Hunter Lipke and Dak on the goal line, bro. Let it go. But Hunter Lipke was rolling that game. You know what? I'm going to do a Hunter Lipke film session tomorrow. Because he needs some opportunity, bro, especially if you're paying him. Especially if you're paying him. Let that man go. Unleash him, bro. All them short yardage downs, goal line downs. Like, bro, I would Hunter Lipke that, bro. Hunter Lipke can be the Dallas Cowboys Cam Scatterbo. He really could. He really could. Now, he's put on some more size playing fullback, but he could really be the Dallas Cowboys Cam Scatterbo. We just paid him to lead block. Let's see here. Shoots a StreamYard. They now do this thing where they block out the question I've already answered. Any running back that doesn't block, I'm good on, period. No pass pro, no playing time. Facts. Especially because my season will only go as far as Dak Prescott's really take us. I'm curious to see how the tight end room is going to work out. That's where all eyes will be. Now, I said this before. Ferg is safe. Span forward is safe. After that, enjoy the competition. Now, I'm not the one to, I don't want to call it pillow talking because I ain't sleeping with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I am my Vrabel. I'm not Vrabling nothing, but from what I've heard, the Schoonmaker thing might be coming to an end soon. Right. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. But like I told you guys, as phenomenal as Michael Trigg is, he is going to have to learn with Coach Wells to do some of that tight end shit. And what do I mean by that? The dirty, grimy blocking. Right? It's not going to be all cute one-hand catches. We got somebody for that on the franchise tag, right? So we cool over there. But if he can start to learn the tight end shit, right? Get on that sled, get dirty, get grimy, maybe put on a little bit more size. He has a real chance. And also he has to clean up the off the field stuff, right? So the attitude, the smoking, choking, all that. You got to focus on football. I know it's hard for some young guys to really rationalize that. But the NFL, you might have to make football a priority. Right? Instagrams, right? The party in the club and the Instagram chicks, all that, that'll come later, right? All you gotta do is focus on football. That'll naturally come, right? Focus on that first. But I really do think that Michael Trigg, if I'm saying a guy that I would pencil to be on the roster, he will be on the roster unless he completely flops out. Right. Tucker, if you can't block your butt, get on the field as a clown. Lee Commander, Tucker, are you happy with Sam Howell as your backup if unfortunately Dakota Rain goes down? Absolutely not. Depends on down. I mean, that goes down for the season. Mock draft me. Now, heads up. We mock drafting on this channel. I can't speak for other channels. We are starting draft content early as shit this year. Because this draft, I gotta cook. This is the one. Like, this is the one where it's like, all right, this is the playoffs. All right, this is the big one. Last year, this past draft, I could coast and get through it because I kind of just knew, right. But this 2027 draft class, this the playoffs. It's game 7. It's time to go. So we're starting extremely early. So don't say, Tuck's giving up on the season. As soon as college football starts, we are on it. We are on it. So salute to everyone who watches, who isn't Cowboys fans or whatnot, right? So as soon as college football starts, week 0, we're on it. Yeah, this year. Then next year I'll fade. What's up, Tuck? Good to see you, my brother. Always enjoy your content. Very excited about the Cowboys this year. Still can't believe we got Caleb down. So let's get it. Go Cowboys. Here we go. It still hasn't hit me because I guess Caleb Downs still ain't got his damn number, man. But it still feels surreal. And it's like, people ask the question. I think someone asked in the chat, right? Are we putting too high of expectations on Caleb Downs? I mean, you don't think he had high expectations being a starting freshman at Alabama? We don't think he had high expectations being the brain trust of Ohio State defense, leading them to a national championship? I mean, expectations is just what he's done his entire life, right? So I think he's perfectly fine. Now, am I saying Caleb Downs is going to be the end-all, be-all? He can do everything himself and all the problems? No, right? But you're going to feel impact from Caleb Downs. If he doesn't, this will be the biggest L on my jacket and everybody's jacket. Because everybody who was anybody was high on this player. So if he turns out to be, I don't know, I don't want to say a name, right? But if he turns out to be that, then it's an L in everybody's jacket, but I do not see that happen. Tucker, you going to the Eagles-Cowboys game on Thanksgiving? I don't know, man. Like I was saying earlier, it's Eagles, you know, and I kind of want to have Thanksgiving at my house. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always in Dallas, right? Which is good because I can visit my family and everything, right? But when I go there, I got to take the kids, got to take the dogs, I got to drive. And I was like, I kind of just want to have it at my house, cook dinner, take a nap in my chairs, because like y'all know, right? Thanksgiving, when you're at your mama's house or grandmama's house, she has people all over, so you get full, you want to take a nap, but you can't lay on the couch. She's like, boy, get up, right? Let the people from the church sit on the couch and you got to entertain and say, hey, Mrs. Jones, how you been? I haven't seen you in so long. Yeah, you haven't seen me since I was little. Like, you got to do all that stuff. I really just want to eat, watch the game, and take a nap in my own, you know what I'm saying? So people know when I have events, Christmas, Thanksgiving at my house, I will dip out. I'll dip out. If I'm full, I need to go take a nap, go and get in my bed real quick. I'll holler y'all in a minute. What makes this draft so much better? Well, one, the quarterback class is top notch, right? 2, the wide receiver class is top notch. 3, there's some really fun running backs in this class. 4, the defensive class is much improved as well. I think if you put this year's class with last year's, or this current class that we've had in 2025 with next year's class, a lot of these guys are out of here. Like, they're out of here. Like, we were talking about the Keldrick Folks, all that. Says, how do you know though? Wizardry. Yeah. Just, I know. You can see it from a mile away. CFO is going to be a monster. He's a physical freak, and I think he skipped all the combine work because he wanted to come to Dallas. If he would have shown that 4.4, 4.3 speed, verti inch, I don't know. I think teams really had this positional value thing locked in their head, and they messed up. I know. So, and kudos to Dallas Cowboys, because the fact that they offered 1 5th-round pick and Miami said no and asked for another one. Typically, Cowboys like, we tried to trade up, but Miami was asking for too much. They said, fine, take it. I'm saying, fine, take it. Salute to the Cowboys. Trig fits in nicely. We hope. But Lee Commander, I'll ask you this, right? Tight ends, sometimes, even as talented as they are, they don't hit the ground running. You guys have one that was one of my favorites coming out of Kansas State, and Ben Sinnott, right? Ben Sinnott is a guy who just hasn't, right? So sometimes it takes a little bit to, now my guy Sam Laporta, right? My guy Trey McBride, rookie year wasn't, but he eventually took off. Now I will say this, people got to remember this though, Clayton Adams is a tight end guy. So that Michael Trigg thing could be a Clayton Adams thing, like I said, but at the end of the day, Michael Trigg is going to have to learn to do the tight end stuff. You can't just be, because Baylor did not have him doing any of the tight end stuff. He was a wide receiver, right? There was sometimes they come out bunch front. He was the point guy, right? So he was just their George Pickens at Baylor, right? We don't need you to be a George Pickens because we have a George Pickens. So we want you to move in just a little bit, right? Even if you're detached or attached to the line of scrimmage, and I want you to seal this edge. Can you do that for me, right? Or can you slice block and then leak out, right? Or can you wham block and then leak? Like, you're going to do some of those grimy tight end things. Ain't going to be all pretty highlight catches, but I think he's going to turn up. It would have been over. We got our guy just trade from Myles Garrett, the true person we lit. Man, so transition over and missing piece. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. TikTok, appreciate all the love, man. Hit those likes, hit those subscribes if you haven't already. If you're on YouTube, hype me up. Hit that hype button, man. Just smash it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to start doing some giveaways and stuff. But I don't want to wait till the season starts because you can't. I was going to give y'all a Caleb Downs jersey, but I ain't going to do y'all dirty like that and give y'all a 13. I ain't going to do y'all bad like that. I wasn't gonna do y'all dirty like that. Give y'all a 13 jersey. I honestly want y'all out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want y'all out in public walking around in a 13 jersey. Nah, I ain't gonna do it like that. Bowers, Juan Jennings, Pat defense, Seattle defense with Dak took me to the fantasy championship. Too bad we're sitting a lot of guys at the end. Man, I haven't played fantasy football since I won the bags to my dog Dez. I won that bag, 25 bands, and I quit. You know what I'm saying? I won that fantasy league, and I said I'm donezo. Retired. Right. And plus, like, for me, I don't play fantasy football anymore because, you know, I do the other thing, and it's just much more efficient. You know what I'm saying? They're much more efficient than waiting a whole, 19 weeks, 17 weeks, and my money's sitting in some random bank account, and then you have people doing random trades and this and that and and managing your roster, and somebody goes down. I'd rather just hit up Lou Takes and say, bro, what's your Prize Picks code? I'd rather hear Lou Takes and say, what's your Prize Picks code than managing the whole fantasy team. I want my money pronto right now. will not be throwing and crossing routes. Jay, tell us up your varsity jackets coming soon, man. I'm going to get the website revamped. I really need to sit down and get the website revamped. I was going to hire someone to do it. He was charging me $20,000 to revamp the website. I was getting ready to send my card information the other day, and I said, Tuck, just do it yourself, bro. Just do it yourself. Just do it yourself. Because if I pay someone $20,000 to revamp my website and it's not how I want it, I mean, if for 20 bands, my shit needs to be ESPN. It needs to be ESPN. Like, and I told him that. I was like, bro, I want feeds being fed over, ticker, like all of that. Right? He's like, yeah, I can do it. I was like, man, you don't sound too confident. So I think I'm cool on that. I can sit down, go grab me a glass of wine or grab me a drink, and I can figure it out myself. So once I get the website up, I will definitely have everything up by season start. Tuck, what games are you going to? Good question. Home games. I'll probably pull up for, I don't know, because I really want to go on the road this year, man. I want to be a road warrior. So I want to go to Green Bay if it's not cold. You know what I'm saying? But since my dog Terrence Parsons, like, no, it's like we can go in a suite indoors, not be out there. Like, I'm not sitting in no cold. All right. I want to go to Green Bay. I want to do the Texans. The Texans, I will be at Texans for sure, because I got to run my fade back with them, because when they beat us in AT&T Stadium, them Texas fans was talking big talk. All right, so I got to pack up the Texans. I want to go to LA because I've never been to SoFi. I kind of want to go to Seattle and see the 12th man. And there's a part of me, y'all, I really feel like it's time for me to fucking pull up to Philly. It's time. I know my dog Easy, the block captain, wants his fade. He wants his run back. I think it's time for me to pull up to the link finally. I think it's time. All right. So might do Philly, but those are probably the away games. And if I had to pick a home game, just looking at it, it'll probably be San Fran or maybe Tampa. And I might come to Tennessee. Tennessee going to be a noon game, so I might be able to get in, go to Tennessee, watch that game. But yeah. But I really want to – I got to do Green Bay. I got to do a game in Lambeau, because Lambeau was so fun, y'all, when I went to the draft, you know, but I'm not sitting in the cold. It's like Lambeau Stadium, y'all, is like a college town. Like it's literally in the middle of a neighborhood. Like there's houses around Lambeau. You can there's like people next door to Lambeau Field, and so many bars, and it was just fun, you know, like in Lambeau. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird because it's a little town called Appleton outside of Green Bay. So you got to drive in, but it's not too far. And you see Mike McCarthy Boulevard, right? And you hear dun, 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 go, Pack, go. It's like bleachers. So it's like, I kind of want to go to that. To get your tickets to the Super Bowl, I'll be in LA for sure. I'm already booked for LA. Now, will the Cowboys be there? I don't know. But I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be there for sure. Hopefully the Cowboys will. Super Bowl week in LA is going to be crazy. So the Super Bowl is going from LA to Atlanta to back to Vegas. So I've already told people, once we have the Super Bowl in Vegas, that's going to be my retirement party. All right, I've done it. Right. You know, retirement party. I'm going to sit back, relax, watch Lou and Henny and Landlord and all them run the game, and I'm retiring doing something else, man. So I'm retiring in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got to do Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Do Vegas again. Yeah, because Vegas was fun. But that was my first Super Bowl. Was it my first Super Bowl? Yeah, that was my first one. So I was still like so big-eyed and everything, and I was walking all over the place and doing 30,000, 40,000 steps a day and not sleeping because I wanted to be there early and really show like I'm not, now, what I'm saying? When I go to the Super Bowl, it's like, yo, I get there when I get there. I'm not, not doing all that extra stuff. So CFO, you love the games in Philly and Sandy as a Cowboys fan. And see, that's what I worry about, man. It's probably going to be fun, going to be love. But the thing that I was worried about with Eagles fans is because it's me, somebody might try to go the extra way. And I'm not sure how I'll respond about that. Right. But I talked to Pastor Carl. I talked to Okoye. I talked to Easy. I talked to people from there like, Tuck, we'll be fine. Right. But I just knew if I went there by myself, it probably wouldn't be the best thing. I'd probably be safer going off to Brazil by myself than going to Philly by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody snatches my hat and throws a beer at me or something like that, y'all might have to put these super chats together and come bail me out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might have to put all y'all might have to cash app. Like, yo, we got to go bail Tuck out, man. He's locked up in Philly because he didn't put paws on somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Start a GoFundMe to bail Tuck out, get me out the Philly jail. You see what I'm saying? So, but I think I'll probably do Philly. I don't know. I might do New York. The only reason I won't do New York is because I'm going to New York in July for the Jay-Z concert. So I want to go to New York and then turn around and go right back to New York. But New York is a possibility, but it's just the Giants. I like to go. If I'm going in games, I really want to see other talent besides the Cowboys, right? And not saying the Giants aren't talented, but it's just like I've seen Jackson Dart play. I've seen there's nobody that, I got to go see them play, right? I would like to kind of see, Seattle, what the 12th man looks like. I like to see SoFi. I want to get my revenge on the Texans, right? I want to go to Lambeau Field and probably play against Micah again. Like it has to have some type of to it versus it's just the Giants, right? I can probably catch the Giants at a noon game when they come to Dallas. So there it is. What is the main focus on this season, offense or defense? Both. I think the main focus, my bad, TikTok. I ain't been seeing y'all questions. I said I'll chip in. All right, TikTok gonna bail me out of Philly. You know what I'm saying? TikTok's gonna bail me out of Philly jail. All right, cool. I can already see my mug shot. You know what I'm saying? Like people gonna be laughing, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Look at Tuck's mug shot. No, I'm gonna practice peace out there in Philly and just walk away. All right. What's the main focus of offensive defense? Both. I think the main thing is as a collective to find a cohesive culture and identity for the Dallas Cowboys, wherever that might be, right? I feel like Shotty is trying to find it. I feel like offensively we were doing it. Defensively is kind of just separated, go do y'all. I don't know what the hell defense was doing last year, but I want it to be universal, right? So if we're going to be a tough, rugged team, right? Physical, dominant, let's have that on both sides of the ball. See what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be important for both sides. Now, I know Lou has spoken about it. Typically, offensively, in second-year coaches, things pull back a little bit. But I would like to see the run game take another step forward because that way we're not leaning on Dak Prescott's arm, the passing game so heavily. But knowing how we are, it probably will. Defensively, I want discipline. I want effort. I want motor. I want non-quit. The rest will sort itself out. If you can play hard, you have motor, right? You have no quit. You play disciplined football. Typically, things will fall into place, right? But last year, we had zero of that, and I think that's what caused the issues. The Don family, we deep in there. It'd be more of us than them. I've seen it. There's a lot of people, Cowboys fans do go to Philly. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't going by myself. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm just, because I went to San Fran. I went to San Fran solo, right? First time playoff game. I just caught a ticket, flew out there, stood in the middle of the Red Sea, didn't give a shit. San Francisco 49ers fans showed a bunch of love. Tampa was with my mama, right? So typically when I go on road games, I'm just one man solo, right? So I just wasn't going to do one man solo to Philly. Right. Because it's like, nah, because as things get crazy, right, I got to have it on me. You You know what I'm saying? Got it. Well, not. Hold on. Let me pause. Let me pause that. Let me pause. I didn't say I got to have people with me. Did I say I had? Oh damn! Tell him, Chuck, you can't say that publicly. My bad, TikTok. I didn't mean to say I had to have it on me. You know what I'm saying? But I have to have people with me. You know what I'm saying? In that type of situation. I have a first year DC. He came from y'all, bro. So you know what I'm saying? So we got the birds in the house. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody out there. But yeah. Damn, Chuck, you can't say that publicly on an open mic, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just gotta, you know. No, big bro talking about big bro got you. Big bro won't even go to Brazil with me. He the reason I can't go to Brazil. Chat, I should have y'all block my brother. Hey, how are you, big bro? I'm the big brother. Actually, bro, I mean, you got big bro got you. Don't let my brother come here and gas y'all. He's the younger brother. I'm the older brother. If anything, I got it. You see what I'm saying? See? No. I should have the chat kick you up out of here for saying that, bro. You the reason I can't go to Brazil. Over there agreeing with my wife and my mama. I agree, but also I want Shawty to look at the Rams, 49ers, Chicago, and steal some of their plays. You don't have to come up with everything. Yeah, so you can also, you know, it's a copycat league. So I really think they probably are going to have some things that they pull from other teams, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how things, but I think right now, right, seeing how Seattle won, defense will be the emphasis. Seeing how the draft went, defense will be the emphasis for a lot of teams. Right, when Pat Mahomes and they were winning Super Bowl, everybody wanted the high flying speedsters on the perimeter, basketball and cleats, and then teams figured out, okay, get the running game slow. So it's the NFL is forever changing, right? And I think for now, the Cowboys have to find out, what are we? And that's kind of been always my biggest gripes to Cowboys. If you want to be this passing attack, throw the ball 45 times, greatest show on turf, right? Then go overboard. You know what I'm saying? Like, go overboard. You should have went Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, you know, Jordan Tyson, like, just load it up. But it's like, we say we want to be this dominant, physical, tough run team, but you know, we want to throw the ball a lot, 40 times. And I remember last year, I caught Shotty a lot, right? Because remember, Shotty was talking about tough, physical, get the ground game going, right? He's a run-first coach. Then someone asked him, like, well, how do you balance that with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb? He's like, man, I have dreams about throwing the ball to those guys. I can't wait. Like, we're going to be, oh, you caught yourself. Yeah. You really want to throw it to those wide receivers that we got. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Cowboys need to find an actual identity. And I think once they do that, everything will fall in place, right? Now, this is not going to be a fix overnight. Right? I'm not saying we're Super Bowl bound, but I do feel if you give me a healthy Dak Prescott, healthy CeeDee Lamb, healthy George Pickens, and a decent defense into the playoffs, there's no team that I feel like, and there's no chance. Right? I don't feel like there's a team that I would say, we just don't stack up. Like, if we were playing even Seattle, the only reason I felt like we wouldn't stack up versus Seattle last year was because of our defense. I feel like Dak would have probably been just fine versus Seattle's defense. But our defense wouldn't stack up versus Walker and Darnold. So it's like, there's not a team I really feel like the Cowboys can't compete with. I really don't see there's a juggernaut in the NFL this year. Trying to think. Nope. I mean, Detroit, I think everyone's kind of seen it. So there's no real, oh my God, right? I don't know how you beat them teams. I think a lot of teams have warts now. Philly has warts now. San Francisco has warts now. You know, Dallas has some warts. You probably would say the Rams would probably be the lead dog, but I feel like the Rams, as talented as they are, they're kind of soft. I feel like the Rams and the Chargers kind of the same thing, right? So it's like the Rams, Bucks, Saints will be fun on Madden, but that's about it. Seattle, yeah, right. Stuff like every team. There's some good teams in our division, in our conference, but I don't see no juggernauts where it's like we can't compete. So I think that's the situation. So the Cowboys in a good spot, but of course, like I was saying, y'all, you got to go out there and put your best foot forward week after week. I think by Thursday, when we do the schedule release show, it won't be a situation where we're all sitting back saying easy money. Oh, I got us. Now, some people on my Instagram was saying 15 wins, 16 wins. I'm just like, shit, why? Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? I know y'all who watch my content, y'all a little bit more realistic to think we're going 15-2 or 16-1. That would be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. But yeah, I think if you had to probably think about the league dogs, Lou, it'd probably be the Rams. You know, but who knows with Puka Nacua going through his situation or whatnot, you know. But I just feel like the Rams aren't the team that scares me because they play like we play. They play like kind of soft, pretty football. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. Yeah, I feel like we can get with the Rams. It'll just be a shootout. So I think the Rams don't scare me from the Cowboys' perspective. You know, but yeah, it really just depends on matchups. You know, Green Bay doesn't scare me again. Yeah. So it's wide open for the taking. Now, of course, I know some of y'all probably agree with me. I would probably go make a move that would just push everything over the top before Eric's team does it. Right? I would go make a move before Howie sits there and just sees, hey, man, there's blood in the water. My voice is cracking. Audio effed up. Oh, what happened? Check. Are we back? Audio like a robot. What the hell happened? Hold on, do this. Robot. Loose cable. Anything? Check. Still robot? Nope. What the heck happened? Better. All right, we good. All right. I've been making music, so couldn't be my auto tune kicking in. You know what I'm saying? Ain't my auto tune kicking in yet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody on Instagram and watching me, man. Working on my album. Album's almost done. I'm probably like 5 songs away from finishing my album. So this is why it looks clean back there. You can see back there it looks clean because I'm getting all new studio equipment. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to work on music back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I've been working on the album. So back there, I'm getting all new studio equipment. The best thing about doing music now is that I got money, so I can just buy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting brand new monitors. I'm getting brand new microphone on the way. I got a brand new software, brand new Pro Tools. I might get a brand new MIDI keyboard. That back there is a DJ controller kit, but I'm probably get a brand new one. So I can just buy it, right? So I just went to Guitar Center and just swiped my card and said, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Said Tuck worked the singles first. I've been dropping singles. So if you go and type in J Tuck on Apple Music, Spotify, you'll hear my singles. They're already out. I made another one. Well, I made 3 of them Friday night. Made them all live on Instagram so people got to see me record them, the beats and everything, right? So yeah, so it's almost be done. Probably July 23rd is the date. Videos, no. I thought about doing a video shoot. I don't know. I don't know. Should I play y'all the track that I made the other night? You know what I'm saying? Should I give you a little sneak peek on the track? I might jam the track, really get out of here. I don't think they would demonetize me or do anything YouTube if it's my song. The video, yeah, I thought about it. Says, hey, Tuck, can't wait to see your face when your defense falls apart. Y'all don't have any consistent lockdown corners. Here's the thing, bro. Our defense can't be no worse than what it was last year. It can't be no worse. It can't be no worse. So the face that you saw of our defense last year, that's about as worse as it can get. That's it. Right. So wherever my defensive face, that nasty feeling I had in my stomach last year as our defense went on the field, that's about as worse as it can get. Yeah, I don't think they'll hit me because I want my own song. I might play all my song that I worked on. I worked on a few. But yeah. So I tell people, I used to do songwriting as a write for artists. I used to do write for artists. I used to record, perform. I was a DJ. I was a radio DJ. I was a club DJ. Produce, did all that fun stuff. But it was crazy because it was 15, 16 years ago. It was probably the last time I did music. And about 15, 16 years ago. And I haven't really touched it since. I know. I think I shared my story on Boss, on Boss's show once a while back, right? Was making music. Then, music kind of put me in a situation where here in Kansas City, it was like I had to make some life decisions because the people I was making music with, we wasn't just making music. And I was like, you know what? I want to go a different lane. And since then I stopped doing music, but with technology and everything, one of my friends hit me up. He's like, yo, he showed me what he did with AI. And I was like, wait, what is all this? Right. I was like, I don't know. And so I ran some of my old music through AI and just remastered it. And it just came out amazing. And I was like, oh shit. It's kind of crazy. So AI has completely remastered my old songs. So it's kind of cool because now my kids can hear my music. My daughter likes my songs. She's playing them with all of her friends. But then 2 weekends ago, I was down here. I was like, you know what, Tuck? Do you still got it? And my friends was like, bro, all you can do is just remaster your old songs with AI, but you can't make no new shit. And I was like, I took it personal. You know what I'm saying? So all my friends in the group chat were like, no, Tuck, you can't. 42 years old, bro. You can't make no new shit. And I said, hold on, bro. So I sit up here. Now it took me 6 hours. I used to be able to make 5 to 6 tracks a night. You see what I'm saying? It took me 6 hours, but I produced a track, made a track, right? And did it, right? So I did the cover 3 thing a while back, but the cover 3 thing was kind of something I had in my head and it just naturally flowed, right? So I wanted to make something more modern, brand new content, brand new idea, right? So I made a Travis Scott type Playboy Cardi type song just because I wanted to fuck around, see if I can do it. So I made that. It's just actually crazy right now. And then this past weekend, I was going to revamp an old song. And they're like, see, there goes Tuck revamping old songs again. I said, all right, bet, bro. So I'm going to make a brand new song. So I went on Instagram, turned my live on, made the beat. I recorded the vocals, ran it through filters, remastered through AI. And then people were like, all right, Tuck, you might be back. You might be back. So I might be back. Now, the next challenge is I want to make a bar heavy song. You see what I'm saying? Where I'm just spitting crazy. I already have the beat made for it. So it's almost gonna be a 4-minute freestyle just going, which I think is gonna be the intro on the album. But now it's I don't know if I could do it because it's been so long since I did it. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a challenge. So it's just fun to be back in music a little bit, man. The creativity flows. I always tell people I'm a creator. Shit, if you go to my Twitter, you can see me recording the songs. I posted it on Twitter the other day too. But it's I'm just a creator at heart, y'all. I love doing content creation. I know Lou's kind of the same way. You look at his thumbnails, my thumbnails, editing videos, making music. I used to be able to draw really good. Drawing was my talent, but now J Tuck Jr. He's the lead dog in drawing. So I used to be able to draw, produce. There's a guitar back there. I used to be able to play guitar. So it's just. Is it left brain or right brain? I think I'm left brain. So always been a creator, man. So I'm working on the album Jay's Anatomy, probably be done in July. But honestly, it was just going to be me revamping a bunch of my old music from back in the day using AI. But now with technology, it's shit. Like back in my day, Fruity Loops, you can only make beats on. You see what I'm saying? I can only make beats on Fruity Loops back in my day, right? But now you can make Fruity Loops, you can make beats, you could do all sorts of stuff, man. Fruity Loops have so many damn buttons now. I'm back on YouTube, like, okay, bro, what's the shortcut for this and that and this and that and this and that, right? And sampling. But now it's so much easier because I don't have to wait and send it out to get it mastered and all that stuff. I can just do everything right here in my own home. So I don't know. Give me a few likes. I might give y'all a snippet. I might give y'all a snippet of the J Tuck track. Let y'all hear before we out. So I'm about to dip here probably in about 2 minutes. But yo, TikTok, appreciate y'all as all well. Multiple talents, man. Always, I always encourage people, right? Never put yourself in a box. Try many things, right? So after I drop this, because a lot of people are like, yo, Tuck, you back? Right? I had people here in the city calling me like, yo, bro, come. Like, nah, bro, I'm not doing all that. I'm not meeting y'all in the studio. I'm not doing all that, man. I'm really going to drop this one last project to kind of leave my legacy with music, because the album was an album that I was going to do 16, 17 years ago. Life just changed. I never finished it. So for the fans that really followed my journey and got to that big point when I was on the radio, J Tuck's about to drop an album, and I just kind of just stopped. You know what I'm saying? I kind of stopped. I kind of just owe it for them, right? So some of my people are like super excited because they're hearing songs that I did back in the day, revamped. So if you go on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever, right, those songs are more like revamped. So some of those songs from like 2007, 2008, but I revamped them, remastered, redone those songs. But now I'm building brand new songs. Yeah. So actually, let me see if I can play this track. Hold on. I'll give y'all a sneak peek. Here, man. But appreciate all the love and support before I dip up out of here. Let me see how I can do this. Let me do this. Let me see. I'm gonna figure this out. Hold up. I'm gonna play this track that I made the other night, and it's all me, right? So it's not like I typed in some commands in AI. I sat here, I sung it, recorded it, ran it through filters, ran it through auto tunes, mastered it through AI, and then changed the prompts because I wanted a portion of the song to be like a girl voice and whatnot. Where is it at? Let me see. All right, so let me see if I can do this. Hold on, let me do this. All right, so how can I share this on StreamYard? He got a J Tuck on the human beatbox. See, yeah, so you can do that now with AI. Like you can just do boom, 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 and create your own bass line and do and create piano keys. Like it's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's damn near a cheat code. But yeah, so let me see if I share my screen. Let's see. Share audio. All right, so I share audio. And then let me see. All right, let's do this. And let me know if y'all can hear this. Can y'all hear that? Let me know if I can hear that before I keep playing the whole thing. I know TikTok can because y'all know I'll speak. All right, bet. So let me run it back. All right, we're gonna run it back. So this is a song that I made. Inspired off a true story, kinda. You know what I'm saying? But for anyone who's ever been to Vegas before, y'all know I'm very familiar with Vegas. This is a place that I'm very well, let me shut up. But if you've been to Vegas, you'll probably understand it. So the song is called 4 a.m. in Sapphire. And yeah, so bang. All right, here we go. I can hear that TikTok.
4 a.m. it's sapphire, the lights too low. The way she worked the pole got my heart moving slow. So I can pineapple by the cash flow. Told myself don't fall in love in Vegas no more. 4 a.m. it's sapphire, lights in the eyes. Everybody in the VIP, she pulled me to the side. Miami never felt this way. Dallas couldn't touch this vibe. Houston got the energy, but Vegas come alive.
Hey,
we walked in.
Hey, oh, your skin.
White lace dress, tattoos hidden underneath temptation.
Rose,
when you walk past my section.
Damn, she got a face card straight out of Texas.
Homies throwing racks, everybody going crazy. Really dancing like these other girls in Vegas. Said you got a business plan, trying to stack and save it. Only in the club because you got expensive taste. And I felt something about your eyes make the whole room fade black. Bottle girls walking by, but I can't even look back. Cause your body's so addicting, I'm gon' relapse.
Long blonde hair. Yeah. As you lean a little closer, another shot, cut your things getting slower.
And I swear, every minute in this room
Getting colder.
Climb slow on the pole like you're floating in the air. Everybody in the building,
Stop and stare. I done been to Miami.
everywhere, but shit different. It's at 5 4 a.m. 4 a.m. It's at fire. Lights too low.
Yeah.
She worked the pole, got my heart moving slow. So rockin' pineapple, body cash hit the floor.
So my soul can fall in love in Vegas no more. Sapphire. Yeah. She pulled me to the side. Miami never felt this way. Dallas, Houston got their energy, but Vegas, yeah.
There's a wind blowing. You smoking in silence while the whole strip glowing. You don't get attached, and
girl, I told you don't do the same thing.
Energy different. You feeling me and I know it.
Harness in my jeans and I'ma throw it while you throw it. Said maybe one night, but right now, now the side. DJ C is so it down. In my eyes, Chanel #5, mixed with vodka and ice. She said your name or prize.
She feel me
rise. I toe up on the city lights. 4 a.m. in Sapphire. Yeah. When the fight goes down. All right, so that's the track. All right, so like I said, it's 4 a.m. in Sapphire. That's gonna be a single off my album, man. We all digital. So got more of those, man. Like I said, it's all fun. That's all me. You know what I'm saying? It's all my pencil and creativity. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get myself in trouble. That was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, but that's the thing, is like now I'm making music, I have to pull from back in the day, because it's like I don't really do shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's fun. It shows the creativity. So I produced the beat, laid the vocals, ran it through filters, ran it through auto-tune, ran it through AI, ran through prompts, and that's what I got, man. So appreciate y'all for vibing with me, man. I'm thinking, I don't know. I keep getting this idea of how I want to do an album release party. Like I might just live stream it, but I don't know if I'm gonna live stream it in here or if I want to like go somewhere. Like I'm thinking like taking some of my friends, like, yo, let's go to Miami in the studio, or go to Vegas and go to the studio and you know, and just have a big party and then hit a party bus and maybe go to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So yeah. But if you go to Apple Music, Spotify, everything is there. I'm gonna upload that Cover 3 song. It's been lazy, haven't doing it. You can find a lot of the music I've done already as I'm building that. So yeah, man, just having fun, letting my creativity flow. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. As always, if y'all make music, y'all need some help, like Tuck, how are you doing that shit? you know, I can tell you, let's say, or just go follow me on Instagram. I've been showing people how I'm doing it. It's difficult, right? Because you can go to AI and just say, type me a song about this, but you can't control it, right? You can't bounce. It doesn't bounce. AI doesn't bounce the way you want it to bounce, right? So for me, I'd rather just record it, do it myself, and then have it remix and revamp it, right? Because AI doesn't bounce, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's too stiff. I need you to drag this word out, this word out. So I just go and record it myself, man. So like I said, I'm getting brand new equipment. So probably tomorrow or next time y'all see me, I'll have monitor speakers, new microphones, and everything, because I'm back for a little bit as I knock out this final album. But y'all, I appreciate for always. It's only going to go an hour, but been rocking for 2. Love Cowboys Nation. Yeah, it doesn't, bro. It's too you know what I'm saying? So like I've learned, just record it yourself, and then actually, you know what? I'm gonna play y'all another one. I'm gonna play, y'all want to play one more. I'll play one more. I'll play one more. So like this one, I'm gonna play y'all one more. Right? I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. So I wanted to make like a Houston, like chopped and screwed type song that I had in my head the other night. And let me see. How did I do that? Where is it? Let me see. I'll play this one for y'all because it's only one verse. It's not finished yet. Let me see. Hold on. All right, I'll play this one for y'all before we dip up out of here, man. Because y'all been rocking with me, man. But yeah, it doesn't have that jam factor. All right, so let me do this. Come back and see window. All right. Yeah, hit me, bro. If y'all work on music and stuff, let me know. I want to hear some of y'all music, bro. Like, I know there are people who make music. I know some people's been sending to me anyway. So if y'all make music, DM me. I'll love to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all any feedback or whatever. So yeah. All right, let's jam this.
Coming down. What up, 316?
You know, I'm Madden track. Yeah, so I made swear Houston. My roommates is from Houston, so he's gonna be on the track.
Coming down. Just pour me over
a double cup of that syrup. Yeah,
vision blurred, but I
still watch for that curve. Yeah. I still jam my music. Yeah,
fine shit as the
light
light
switching and choosing.
FN
on my lap for them lanes. Yeah,
100 racks to have
Johnny Piece my chain. Yeah.
Candy paint like a magic
Trick illusion.
Midwest, but I ride slow like I'm Houston.
I'm just swerving down Seneca. Bad bitch, thick shit, and she gon' give it up. Stick shit, quick trip, yeah, we gon' live it up. Saturday night, Southside, I'm rolling on them. Yeah, I'm rolling on them. I'm rolling down. Hey. And she gon' give it up. Stick shit, quick trip, and we gon' live it up. Friday night, Southside, I'm rolling on them. I'm throwing on them. I'm swerving down Seneca. Hey, I'm just swerving down Seneca. Yeah. Swerve. So that's swerving down Seneca, man. So Seneca was a street that I pretty much became a man on, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? So made that song. I'm thinking about, so you from Houston, you know, Magno, you heard. Probably reach out to get him on this feature for it. You know, me and Magno was supposed to do some tracks way back in the day, and then I just stopped making music. So I hit Magno like, yo, bro, I need you. But also my roommates was from Houston. So he heard it. He was like, yo, Tuck, I got to get on that. I was like, bro, you ain't rap as long as I rap, bro. So you sure you can handle that? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. So it might either be my old college roommate who used to rap, you know what I'm saying? Or I might just reach out to Magno or Tum Tum or somebody, get them on that track. But we'll see, man. So that's what the music been sounding like, bro. But y'all can go to J Tuck, Type in J Tuck on Apple Music. Y'all hear some of the stuff. But like I said, if y'all have some music, shoot it to me, DM it to me. I'd love to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can do some song. I know Landlord does music too. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we might do some music together because, you know, it's something that I like to just do creativity wise to keep me flowing, man. So I appreciate you all. If you haven't already, subscribe to the content, like the content, share the content. Appreciate it on TikTok. Hit that button up above. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. And yo, Thursday, calendar drops, season stops, schedule drops. Let's get it, Cowboys Nation. Peace.